Hi, I'm Mr. Harris, and this is Practice with Me, where we get better together. Today, we're going to practice putting together the saxophone. Again, we're going to practice putting together the saxophone. All right? Now, the saxophone has three main parts. Again, three main parts. We have the body of the saxophone, which is this big part right here, the biggest part of the saxophone, actually, the body. Next, we have the neck of the saxophone. Smaller than the body, but nevertheless a very important part of the saxophone. And last but not least, we have the mouthpiece and ligature. Now, I know I said three parts, but these two together are very small parts, so I like to consider it one. All right? Let's take a closer look and start putting this together. All right. Now we're gonna need these next few parts. We have the reed, which is the part that vibrates and makes sound. We have the neck, and again we have the mouthpiece, the ligature, and we have this tube right here called cork grease. Now, you don't need cork grease, but I would highly recommend it if you can manage to get. All right? So, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna open up our tube of cork grease, and we're just gonna apply some on the neck of the saxophone, right on the cork, okay? This is gonna make everything just so much easier as we go through everything, all right? Now, you're seeing after I put that cork grease on, I'm rubbing it in very gently with my pinky. Now, on the saxophone, we use our pinky, but it's one of those fingers we use less often than others. So I like to use my pinky to rub it in so I don't get grease all over my saxophone, okay? Next, we're gonna take the ligature off of the mouthpiece, and we're just gonna take the mouthpiece and we're gonna take the neck, okay? You're gonna take the neck gently, be careful, we don't wanna push down on this part right here. We're gonna take the mouthpiece and we're gonna gently push and twist that on there, okay? We wanna make sure the flat part of the mouthpiece is on the bottom and not on the top like this, but again, on the bottom, okay? And we want that round part on top, all right? Next, we're gonna get to the reed, okay? We're gonna flip that mouthpiece and neck over so that the flat part is on top now so we see it. Again, not doing this, but I'm just literally moving the neck this way so I can see the flat part, okay? Now we're gonna take that reed, we're gonna take it out of its case, okay? And we're gonna put the reed in our mouth, the front and the back. So very quickly, you just wanna wet the front and the back of the reed. You just wanna take it and you wanna put it right into your mouth. The front part, very gently, we don't wanna break it, and the back part. Now, after we do this, we wanna take that reed and we wanna put that part with the words. If you see the words, we wanna put that flat part on the flat part of the mouthpiece. We don't wanna do this where the words are up. But you wanna do it so the flat part is on the bottom, okay? Next, what we wanna do is we wanna make sure that we have this reed nice and snug in place. We don't wanna see any black on top. You see that? Let me bring it a little higher so you can see. We don't wanna see that black on top like this. And we don't wanna see this reed over the top like this when we turn it over. We want it just right so that if we were to gently push with our finger, we wouldn't see any black showing. You see that? That's how we know it's nice and snug. Next, we take that ligature, we gently put it on. We wanna make sure that, again, the reed's still in the right place, and we wanna twist that ligature on so it's nice and tight, but not too tight, okay? So now we have our mouthpiece, our reed, the ligature, and the neck all together like so. Again, we have the round part on top and that flat part with the reed on the bottom, okay? Next, we're gonna take the body of the saxophone and we're gonna take this neck and we're gently, after we loosen this screw up, we're gonna gently push and twist that on, okay? Now, this next part is also very important. We wanna make sure that this right here lines up with this part. We want it to make a straight line. So we're gonna adjust it so it makes a straight line and then tighten that screw right over here, okay? Now we're ready to go. Let's see how the saxophone looks all together now. Well, congratulations are in order because you just put together the saxophone for the first time. I didn't do that, you did that. And as such, you should be super, super proud of yourself because I am super proud of you for getting that done. Now, before we go, I'm gonna show you how to hold the saxophone. Again, it seems easy, but it's really not that easy. So let's break it down really quick. Now, holding the saxophone, what we're gonna focus on first is this right here on my neck. This is what we call a harness, but what you'll probably have is a neck strap, okay? At the end of the harness or neck strap is this hook right here. And that hook is gonna go onto this little circle part of the saxophone right over here. Again, that circle part. We're gonna take our hook and we're gonna put it right there. And we're gonna bring this up higher for ourselves so this is nice and snug and close to us, okay? Next, we're gonna take our thumb and our thumb is going to go on this black part of the saxophone right here. This is what we call the thumb rest. So that's where our thumb is gonna be, all right? Now moving to the front, our left hand, we wanna skip this first key. We wanna put our second finger on this right here. We wanna skip this small one. We wanna put our third finger on there, and we wanna add our fourth finger on the bottom with our pinky resting on that plate, okay? What's also very important is your wrist. You don't want your wrist to be super high like this because this is really uncomfortable and it's really not gonna help us when we're playing the saxophone. We wanna keep our wrists gently down as comfortable as possible while we're playing, okay? Next, the right hand. The right hand, you're gonna take your right thumb and that's gonna go underneath this black hook right here, okay? Again, this black hook right here. Then we're gonna take the rest of our fingers. The second one's gonna go on this white key. The third one's gonna go on this one. The fourth is here, and the pinky is just gonna rest right over here, okay? And now, when we hold the saxophone, again, we want our thumb on that black part. We want our first finger skipping that first key on that second key right there. Our middle finger skipping the small one, touching this key right here. And our fourth finger on top of this next one with our pinky resting gently here. Again, your wrist not up. You want your wrist nice and relaxed and down, okay? And that right hand one more time, your thumb, you wanna put it right underneath that black part. Your next finger, next, and your pinky is gonna rest right there, okay? Now, you wanna just dangle the saxophone either right in between our legs, just like this. We wanna keep our back nice and straight, or we can put it to the side. Both of them work, okay? Again, you can put it in the middle or on the side. Both of them work, whichever one is more comfortable for you, all right? Next time on Practice With Me, we're gonna be working on playing our first notes on the saxophone. Thanks for practicing with me, and I'll see you next time.